Hey, what's up you guys, BlackwingKei here with another Genshin Impact video. Now if you haven't seen the title or the thumbnail by now, this video is about the Tatara tales. Now, I'm pretty sure all of you have already done this world quest, so you know how long it is. So I had to do a bit of research myself just to see exactly what I'm to expect and how long it's gonna take me to record this. And to my surprise, it said 7 days. I'm not sure if it could be less than that, but that's a whole week, which means that yes, I have to dedicate some time each day to sit down, turn the camera on, turn the game on, and start recording. So I really do hope you enjoy this, since this is a long one, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna get more information, not just about the what's going on in Tatarasuna or Kanazuka, which is where this will mostly be taking place. I also wanted to find out some information about the Tatarigami. We've recently did the quest with Kazari, the sacred Sakura cleansing ritual, so I think it's related to that as well, because, whenever we go to an area that's with excess electro, we take damage, and I think that's also related to the Tatarigami, so I hope that we will find out more information about that, since there is a shrine maiden involved. That's how the quest was triggered to begin with. So that's pretty much all I'm hoping to get out of this. Just more insights on the behind the scenes, the story, the lore, and anything else that they can throw at me, okay? So yeah, without further ado, I'm not going to hold you up here any longer, because again, I don't know how long this video is going to be, and I don't know how long each section of this Tatara Tales will be, but yeah, strap in guys. Remember to like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I guess comment down below at the end of this what you thought as well. Let's get into the Tatara Tales. Alright, we've made our way over to Kanazuka, or rather, the Kujo encampment, as this is where the quest was triggered to begin with, and I have a different team with me. I'm not using the main Traveler team. I've been liking the Electro Traveler, of course, a lot, but I wanted to showcase some of my other characters that never really get any screen time. Xiao got screen time like one time in a video, and that was it. So we're going ahead with this team. Even Hu Tao. There's a lot of these characters that I really haven't shown off. So I think we have to talk to Miyuki first? I'm not sure. How did it come to this? What's this Mikage furnace that you guys were talking about earlier? You're an Outlander, aren't you? You've got some terrible luck to have traveled to Inazuma at this time. That island is called Tatarasuna. Oh, so it's just the... Okay, so it's just the island that's called Tatarasuna. But I guess if you piece the islands together in whole, it's called Kanazuka, right? Because if you zoom out on the map, you get the main names of each. Narukami, Yashiori, well, Narukami, Kanazuka, and Yashiori. Yashiori being the one that was in, had the whole Bale Thunder and everything. With the Ogosho, was it? The Curse of the Ogosho, or Orobashi? That island. Alright, so that island is called Tatarasuna. It's a smelting plant for jade steel, which is used to forge weaponry. Are you aware of the legends of Inazuman swords? A little bit, I've heard a bit. The jade steel manufactured here is the reason that Inazuman swords are as sharp and durable as they are. It sounds top secret. It's not that big of a secret. After all, the Tembrio Commission feels that having the ability to forge powerful weapons is something they should flaunt. A few years ago, for the purpose of expanding production capacity, they hired a team of consultants from Fontaine. Ah, Xavier, that's right, I totally forgot. Xavier is already over there. He's from Fontaine as well. Well, he's the one from Fontaine. They built a Mikage furnace, a machine that can fully harvest the powers of the Tatarigami. Okay, so the Tatarigami is something that's already been there. Interesting. We've warned them countless times not to let their guard down when it comes to the Tatarigami, but they decided to go ahead with the project anyway. After the Mikage furnace started production, most of the consultant team returned to Fontaine. Only Xavier, who we just mentioned, stayed behind in Inazuma. Okay, so he's the only one. But during one of the previous battles, something went wrong with the furnace. The part that stored the corrupt Tatarigami energy became extremely unstable. Work was halted in Tatarasuna, and everyone was evacuated shortly after. Xavier took emergency action, and he seems to have set up containment dome all around the Mikage furnace. Okay, so that's what that dome is, that blue barrier thing. It's a containment dome. It's only a temporary solution though. He's probably still on that island right now, trying to figure out a way to solve the problem for good. Meanwhile, the shogunate is only concerned about restarting production as soon as possible. I hear that they're even considering calling the consultants from Fontaine back again. But I think they'd be willing. Wait, what? I think that's another spelling error that I found countless of them in Inazuma so far. And when I say countless, I don't want to say like a lot of them, but you know, translation errors, I guess, or just, you know, misspells. Let me see. Let me just read the whole sentence before I keep talking. But I think they'd be willing to come under the current conditions in Inazuma. I think the sentence should be, but I don't think they'd be willing to come under the current conditions in Inazuma. I think that's how it's supposed to be. You let me know if I'm wrong or whatnot. And it just has to be that Hanabi guy in charge of this whole thing, doesn't it? Or Hanbei. Who's Hanbei? Manager, you could say. Always going on about procedures, articles, and applications. His first reaction is never to find a solution to the problem. Instead, it's about what forms should be filled out and which powerful individual needs to be informed about the incident beforehand. He's probably in the city right now preparing to submit whatever forms he can find. I really don't know if he's actually aware of the severity of the situation. I just hope that Xavier, our craftsman, can find some way to solve the problem. If something was to go wrong with the Tatarigami inside the Mikage furnace, well, if that happens, you probably should leave the island. Alright. So that was Miyuki. We also have to talk to Oranosuke, the shogunate officer, because he was also involved. Is there something I can help you with? What's all this Mikage furnace and Tatarigami talk? It's just a small problem. We need a little time to sort out. You're an adventurer, aren't you? This place isn't suitable for your ilk. Get out of here. This all sounds pretty serious. It'll affect our adventures for sure. Oh, won't someone think of the poor treasures? Oh, won't someone think of the poor treasure? That's Paimon's line. It'll affect our adventure for sure. That's true. But didn't she mention that someone named Xavier is trying to find a solution? Why don't we go take a look? It'd put our minds at ease if we could help take care of this, wouldn't it? Yep, sure will. So I've already seen Xavier and I know exactly where he's at. The thing is that, you know, I can never interact with him because I guess he was locked behind the quest too, so we could not say anything to Xavier because he was locked behind the quest. Alright, we're back here on Tatarasuna. And I'm pretty sure it's Tatarasuna that you say it, not Tatarasuna, or however they're saying it in English. I know that for sure is not the right way of saying it. Wait a second. Has this door always been open? I've been here countless times and I've never seen that open before. Alright. I'm keeping an eye on you. So here we go, the great inventor Xavier from Fontaine. Oh, I thought he looked older from the last time I saw him. I guess I looked wrong. Anyway, what's up, Xavier? Hello, are you Xavier? That's right. Xavier's the name, and the name's mine. But is it fate fair for... Oh my god, I cannot talk. I cannot talk how Fontaine people talk, I guess. That's right. Xavier's the name, and the name's mine. But is it fate fair or foul that we should meet at this time and place? Pray tell, fine lass, who are you? I'm just a helpful adventurer. Adventurer? Ah, a grand adventurer, en route to the stars, the abyss and beyond, arrives here on this island of conflict and Tatarigami. On the way here, did you happen to see a protective cover that looks like a bubble? I mean, if you're talking about this whole barrier thing, then yeah. No, I didn't, but let's see what the traveler says. Oh, okay then. No, that makes sense. The containment dome's not usually visible. If you want to view it from a distance, you have to employ a specific observation technique. So how do you do it? Not with my eyes, that's for sure. I view it by availing myself of this work. The Mikage Furnace Emergency Response Procedures, trial version. What is this? I followed the instructions to the letter. Based on the readings given it by the instrument, it seems that the dome has been successfully activated. One other thing I should mention is that, technically speaking, its official name is the Mikage Furnace Emergency Containment Dome. Now, as for the Mikage Furnace, Miyuki already explained. Fantastic! She is a considerate and capable young lady. What a blessing is it to become acquainted with one such as her. But whatever happens, I've now sealed it following the Mikage Furnace Emergency Response Procedures trial version. So the problem is almost certainly contained, to a certain extent. To a certain extent, eh? Well, it might be 893 pages long, but the trial version has no information on the emergency measures applicable in a wartime scenario. We need to form an editor's group for the trial version, expanded edition, first issue, and have a detailed discussion on additional emergency scenarios. Anyway, point being, even though I have followed the emergency response measures, they aren't the most complete, and the environment within the containment dome has turned, less than ideal, shall we say. The Mikage Furnace has now ceased operation indefinitely, and that soldier is getting incredibly angsty about it. Allegedly, Miyuki recently borrowed some of his people to arrange for the evacuation of the civilians. Now that really got him riled up. But if things continue like they are, who knows? Tatarasuna might just turn into a glorious firework, visible all the way from my dear home, the beautiful town of Petrichor. Oh, okay, so Petrichor is, I'm assuming, a city in Fontaine? Or town? Could it really get that bad? In the worst case scenario, yes, it could. We've not yet reached that stage, but if it gets that serious, you'll look for the procedures for further guidance? Precisely. But considering it mostly deals with insurance claims and lawsuits and the like, I was rather hoping it wouldn't come to that. Recently, though, the instrument is indicating that the containment dome I activated is a little unstable. But I don't know what or where the problem is. Back in my beautiful homeland of Fontaine, we would normally have a vision-wielding expert diagnose the problem. Then we would form a dedicated review panel to discuss and raise proposals, approve a solution, then organize the remedial work. But with Inazuma being the way it is right now, all I can do is try to determine what might be going on through the naked eye, observations, and my imagination. In short, you're taking a best guess? Best guess? My dear girl, please. This is a woefully inadequate representation of what goes on. A fairer description would be observation and inference drawing on a wealth of professional experience, including analogous previous cases. My god, trying to come up with a voice for this guy and talking like he is really wearing me out. But you know what? It's totally fine. This is what I love to do anyway. I have a history of just reading out dialogue like this, so that's why I enjoy doing it. Okay, so an educated guess. Precisely. So my guess is that it could conceivably, potentially, possibly, probably be an issue with the device containing the Tatarigami core that is having a knock-on effect on the containment dome I installed. But even if that's the case, the readings given by this instrument seem off. Something must have happened outside the dome as well. So you're just missing your vision bearer, yes? So you're lacking someone capable of investigating? Yes, that's it. Under the current circumstances, in the area around the Mikage Furnace, only a vision bearer would be, well, safe. Anyone else would probably make it around 3 paces. Except for me. I'm a special case. I'd have croaked about halfway through taking my first step. In short, if we only knew exactly what was going on with the Mikage Furnace, I'd likely be able to formulate a repair plan, but we'd still need a review panel to approve it. Wait, it would only take one person to fulfill the function of a review panel. Aha, so we're all set. Well, allow me to take a look. Huh? But it doesn't look like you have a vision. Well, buddy, I have my ways. Is that so? Alright, you've swayed me. it's not technically proper procedure, but we shan't achieve anything just by sitting on the issue. And I suspect that if we left that soldier to handle it, his report would still be sitting in his superior's chests of drawers gathering dust in the island that was blown sky high. Being blown sky high. Let me pack up here. We'll head off. In any event, we need to get closer to the Mikage furnace to get a better idea of the situation. Perhaps you could go and investigate the surrounding area while I'm packing up. These strange readings must have something to do with whatever's happening in the Mikage furnace. Pack up? Has that been approved by review panel? Actually, as representative of the present review panel, I have already granted myself authorization to pack up and strike camp. So no need to worry about that. Man, this guy's talking so formally. It's now making more sense that, you know, Fontaine is the nation of justice and how that speaks. He was talking something about, you know, like lawsuits and whatnot. So yeah, it's making a little more sense now. I'm getting a better picture of how Fontaine will be. Alright, so where do they want me to go exactly? I thought they were making me go in there for a second, but obviously the place is still... Wait a minute, what? Wait, what? How am I supposed to get in there? Wait, can I go in there? You imagine? No, obviously I can't. So how can I find a way to get in there? I'm guessing it's related to that, but I need one of those, oh, there we go. Let's switch to Jean Lee since he's the tallest. Can run fast enough. I guess we can go back to Hu Tao. So we just break this. And we investigate. This rift is huge. Best we keep our distance. Do we need to? Really? Alright, so that definitely wasn't there before. That's triggered by this quest. So, yeah. Like, I've been around this island so many times. You do not know how many times I've been trolled by the countless electroculuses that appear on the map here. Yeah, countless times I think I can get it, but no, it's behind the barrier. Alright, so the second one was actually, well, I'm doing these out of order, obviously, but, okay. You guys. Oh, hey, it's right here. Wait, do I have to go up?
One strike will suffice.
Where am I supposed to go? Am I supposed to beat these guys first? Alright, so it looks like I just had to interact with the Celia a bit. So let's investigate. It's looking more dangerous by the second, according to Paimon, and that's the second one. Alright, so the third one I think is down there. So I'll just go straight down there. Yeah, that was weird. So I couldn't interact with it. I guess it was because of the two... I didn't beat the samurai, by the way. I just left them. They lost interest. Wait a minute. What are the Fatui doing here? Oh, great. So I'm guessing the Fatui's behind us. Let's make quick work of them.
This is order.
Time to go.
Do that. Alright, I don't have cryo for this guy, which is a problem. Normally I would have gone you, but you know.
Solidify.
I don't really want to pop out Xiao's ult for this. There we go. Thank you, Xiao.
This is it.
That took a bit. Alright, I did not expect to run into the Fatui here. These rifts have something to do with the Fatui, huh? So they're responsible for, like, the Tatarigami leaking out and whatnot? So he knows that something on the inside affected it, but also something on the outside. Wait a minute. Could it be possible that this world quest is going to give us a bit of more insight on which Fatui, maybe a harbinger that's already on the island and whatnot? At least give us some more information. I highly doubt it, since it's really just a world quest, but I wonder. Because I recently did the world quest where you have to talk to Choji, and Choji's giving you a lot of information about what happened, he wants to look for his mother and whatnot, and we do have the letter of something that happened to his mother. But what was interesting that I picked out of that one, which, you know, again, there's certain dialogue you have to pay attention to, that they put it there for a reason, not just to, like, it's not usually just to continue world building and whatnot, but it's very interesting that they would have had that there in a world quest with Choji. So what was said was that there's a one-way trip right now to Snezhnaya that's leaving a boat that can go to Snezhnaya from Rito. And I'm like, why Snezhnaya? What do we know that's in Snezhnaya? The Cryo Archon, the Tsaritsa, of course, but also the Fatui Harbingers. The Winter Palace, Zapoliarny Palace is over there as well. So if there's a one-way ticket from a closed nation that is Inazuma, that's a little suspicious. So from that bit of information, we can already tell that there's a Fatui Harbinger in Inazuma already. I'm just saying. I don't think this world quest will tell us everything as well, but that world quest, it was very interesting that I was able to find out that information. Sorry for going off on a tangent there with that one, but I really did want to bring that to attention because, again, there's certain dialogue I've run into which has made me think, and that was one of them. I'll make a different video in the future talking about the other one if I get around to making it. Alright, back to talking like Xavier. Phew, the situation looks stable, at least. The situation with the Mikage furnace? Yes, indeed. From my observations, the internal buildup of Tatarigami energy doesn't seem too high. The reason I initially activated the dome was to stop people from going inside, mostly because of the legal liability it puts us on. Or it puts on us. Basically, if too much energy accumulates inside, then this dome is completely useless. The main thing here is that everything's looking good right now, so it's happy days. No need to pour over mundane details at this point. So, how's the dome looking? It's got 3 rifts in it and a whole load of Fatui. Rifts? Wait a moment. Fatui? What are those sly Snezhnayans doing all the way out here? Exactly. What are they doing all the way out here? Whatever it is connected to the Mikage furnace. You really think so? If they're the cause of the issues, that really complicates things. Goodness gracious, how can this be happening? I'm just a humble engineer. I only wanted to come here to do a little research, do some filming, get a taste of Inazuma's delightful culture, etc. How did I go from that to being caught up in this whole mess? It began as a simple technical issue, then that soldier turned up and all of a sudden it's somehow a process issue. Then, somewhere during said process, it transformed again into an Inazuman domestic affair that Outlanders are strictly prohibited in interfering in. And now the Fatui are here. If it goes on like this, the nature of this problem is going to change quite radically indeed. It's all the Fatui's fault. It's always the Fatui's fault. Whatever. I'm here now, and I'm the only person capable of resolving the issue with the Mikage furnace. Technically, ignoring it would be compliant decision both in terms of process and in terms of who has jurisdiction over it. But I can't just leave it unresolved. Perhaps I just need to accept that for a researcher, this is just a way of life, or the way life is. Or, as we say in Fontaine, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. I don't know how to speak, I'm guessing that was French. So Fontaine, French, justice, there you go. If the Fatui are really here to try and get their hands on the Tatarigami energy inside the Mikage furnace, then the containment dome should be a major stumbling block to their plans. Were those rifts also... Indeed. There is no doubt in my mind that the Fatui are at least tangentially related to those rifts. I see. So it's those cracks in the containment dome that are causing my instruments to give these anomalous readings. I must say, they are very stealthy. They managed to make it all the way here, damage the dome, and access the inside of the Mikage furnace without anybody finding out. The Fatui are good at acting in the shadows. The Fatui are good at everything except doing good. Yo, that's throwing a lot of shade at the Fatui. My god. Calm down. Because I've already spoken about, well, I haven't really openly spoken about it, but I do know that not all the Fatui are bad. There are some good apples in the Fatui. You know, they just follow the lead of the Cryo Archon. Some of them believe. Some of them are just there to make a living, you know? So it is what it is. The Fatui are good at acting in the shadows, that's for sure. If that's the case, there's a real possibility here that they've already made it inside. If they're left to their own devices in there, what if they destroy the Mikage furnace? Are the Fatui really so reckless? If it exploded, they would share the same fate as everyone else. I wouldn't put it past them. Dear me, we are truly daring. First things first, we must find a way to scare them off. Give me a moment to think. I've got it. Since they decided to sneak inside the Mikage furnace quietly, it must mean that they wish to avoid a direct confrontation with the shogunate. So all we need to do is make some sort of big dramatic gesture to make them think that the shogunate is already onto them. That might just make them much more cautious in their approach, which will make our investigation much easier. Dramatic gesture? Do you know of the Kamuijima cannon? It's a big gun, built using the latest technology powered by electro. The shogunate had a few of them installed on this island for military purposes, since this is where the front line was. But as the war went on, things changed, and now they're currently sitting there unused. Things changed? What exactly? You'd have to ask our soldier friend, but I'm sure he'd only tell you he's not at liberty to disclose the classified military intelligence. If you want my take, I think the Shogun's army underestimated the sophistication of their enemy. They installed the Kamuijima cannons, hoping to halt the Sangonomiya's advance with their overwhelming firepower. But although the Kamuijima cannon does indeed pack quite the punch, it has a limited field of fire and it is not very mobile. Most importantly, big artillery guns like these need several people to operate them, and maintenance is a real headache. Trying to defend the Mikage furnace and the Kamuijima cannons at the same time meant that our soldier friend and his comrades were spread much too thinly. So ultimately, it actually gave Sangonomiya an opportunity. After making it past the Kamuijima cannon's field of fire, they quickly took down the forces guarding the Mikage furnace. Before the Shogun's army could get emergency reinforcements to the Mikage furnace, they had already withdrawn from there and started attacking from different directions. Constantly being dragged back and forth, the Shogunate's forces fully occupied, so when the Mikage furnace started having problems, they were also forced to halt production. Meanwhile, the Kamuijima cannons installed in the wild became essentially useless against the kind of tactics employed by Sangonomiya's side. Suffice it to say that as far as the fight on the island went, Sangonomiya had the upper hand. So did Sangonomiya damage the Mikage furnace? I don't think so. They should be well aware that the Tatarigami sealed inside wouldn't treat Sangonomiya or the Shogunate any differently from each other if the Mikage furnace was destroyed. All they want is to continuously harass and attack the Mikage furnace to be a nuisance to the Shogun's army, and slowly wear them down. I wonder who it is that is planning all these precise attacks from Sangonomiya's side. Well, that's enough chit-chat. Whatever the case, the Kamuijima cannon will definitely cause an unimaginable ruckus, which is just what we need. And as a result of some miraculous coincidence, I actually know how to operate the cannon. Does this miraculous coincidence have to do with Fontaine? Well, I won't get deeper into it. But we do have other technologies besides just maintaining and producing equipment. Oh, I didn't see what I said. As I've said before, the containment dome is meant for stopping people from entering. The Fatui have already broken through. That much you've seen with your own eyes. Though it may seem like it's just a few small tears. The truth of the matter is that the dome is actually barely holding up. If they're left unchecked, Even if the Mikage furnace is alright, they'll definitely find other ways to cause problems. If we don't destroy the dome, we'd have to go through the 3 tears that the Fatui made to repair the Mikage furnace. Oh, wait. If we don't destroy the dome, we'd have to go through the 3 tears that the Fatui made to repair the Mikage furnace. Got it. We'd be finishing a battle for those Fatui to shoot. But if we destroyed it altogether, not only would it shock the Fatui and provide us with an advantageous opportunity, it would also allow for us to have more routes to choose from. Got it. Besides, if we can repair the Mikage furnace in time, everything will return to normal even if we do destroy the containment dome. Have a little faith in me, and in the marvelous technology of my homeland, Fontaine. Come, let me mark the locations of the Kamui-jima cannons for you on your map. So I think there's like a waypoint next to one of those cannons, so I've definitely seen them before. They're not, new to me, so those are where they are. They're right between Tatarasuna and the Kujo encampment. Don't we need to prepare some projectiles? Normally, we would, and the cannons use a very special type of projectile. That's why the shogunate is so lax about leaving these huge cannons in the wild. But as I've said before, I happen to know how to operate this sort of cannon. What I also know is how to make use of the electrode to bypass our projectile-related limitations. But since neither of us has a vision, if we are to get a hold of some stable elemental power, we should go ask the treasure hoarders if we might borrow a few of those curious small bottles in which they seal some... Just leave it to me. I got it. Then on behalf of our special review board, I will be entrusting you with this task. I'm confident that we will make a wonderful team. Wahahaha. I'm honestly not sure what kind of voice to give this guy, but yeah. Alright, let's see. So activate the cannons and destroy the rifts. Oh, that's what we gotta do. Yeah, we gotta destroy the rifts. So let's see. Alright, so like I said, I did know where one of them was already because it happens to be very close by to the teleport waypoint here. Alright, so what is this? Kamui-jima Cannon. A giant and powerful cannon. Normally, it requires a special kind of ammunition to fire, but you can also charge it using electro energy, which we do happen to have. Characters carrying an electrogranum or affected by electro in proximity to the Kamui-jima cannon can charge it. Okay, so I don't have electro, so let's just use this. This kind of cannon does not have a point and shoot aiming facility. You must adjust the elevation and orientation in order to fire on target. So basically what we're doing is oh, there we go. Let me see how it's facing, because I can't really aim it. Is it really aiming the right way? Let's see. Fire? Oh, okay. A little higher. There we go, fire. Alright, we destroyed one of the rifts. Dude, that's it. We're doing it. We're destroying that freaking barrier. Alright, so now we gotta go to the next one. I don't have to really look at the map anymore since I kind of know where they are. Let's see. So I'm in the middle one. I chose the middle one. So there should be another one by next to the Kujo. No, over there. There's one up there, I think. And the other one should be somewhere nearby where they can actually have a viewpoint of the rift. Oh, it's down there. I see it right down there, so let me just go straight to that one then. Well, would you look at that? It was also close by to another teleport waypoint, so that they're making it way too easy for this one, you know? So I guess Electrograina to charge it. There we go. Operate. So this one, let's see if we can get it in one try. Like that. Let's see. Are we in range of it? No. No, we're not. One more. All right, then we move it up. Like that. All right, we're gonna go for it. Let's see. Ooh. Well, all right. So I had to go a little higher. Wait, can I technically use this to attack those samurai? Let me try that out. Yo, that would be so dope. Yo, I'm so mean for trying to do this, but it'd be so cool. All right. Yeah, I guess they made it so that we really can't hit them with this. Oh. They're after me now. Yeah. I'm guessing they didn't really like what I did to them. It's funny that they... Yo, it's so funny, though, because it's like I've been shooting it. Surely they must hear the big explosion to draw their attention. But I guess, you know, the enemies don't work like that in Genshin Impact, if you notice. Like, you could be shooting arrows next to them, using Ganyu's arrows to do the bloom second charge shot, and they won't react to that. If you hit them, then it becomes their problem. So it was very interesting. I was shooting that cannon so close to them, and they're just like, whatever. Keep swinging that sword, rookie. Or whatever, you know what I mean? Oh my god. Alright, enough fun and games. Let's do this. Came here with a mission. Destroy that wretched dome that is supposedly protecting us from the Tatarigami. Yes, let's destroy that. Alright. Where to next? Okay, the last one is over there. I don't think there's a teleport waypoint next to it, but let's go and head on over there. Right, so like I knew, this one wasn't close to a teleport waypoint, but no problems, we got here. Although it took a bit. Wait, what happened? Alright, hold on, let me get the new one then. Charge it up, operate it. Also, oh, I don't know what happened. I don't know why it exited, so let me see. We go like that. I think that's enough. Yeah, that was literally enough. I move it up. I'll move it a little higher up. Ready, aim, cannon, fire! Yeah! Yeah, at least I got one of them on the first try, you know? Okay, that barrier looked a lot larger than it actually was. Wait, where are you taking me? Knock knock. I hate when they do that. They confuse me all the time. Like it literally feels like I'm being teleported somewhere else. But yo, that is crazy. Dude. Right, report back to Xavier, but I think that means I can now explore in there, right? Yeah, that's what it has to mean. I can now explore in there, but I think the quest is still not over yet, even though I finally did that. There's still a lot more left to the quests. Since again, like I told you guys, I did look this up ahead of time, and I knew that this took some time. So this is technically supposed to be the longest world quest, since it's time-gated by different days, IRL days. You know, the Kazari quest was, yes, it was long in one sitting. If you're doing it all in one sitting, that's at least like 3-4 hours maybe. Depends. It depends. You know, if you're skipping through the dialogue, then I guess it's 30 minutes to an hour for you. But you know, if you're reading everything, taking your time with it, it's a good while you're there. But I think this officially beats it being time gated and whatnot. All right, you're back. My, that was loud. My eardrums are still ringing. Where were you? You should have went to a safer place or something, man. Oh my god. After hearing the cannons, the Fatui will most certainly suspect that the Shogunate has become aware of their activities. Still, something seems off here. Why hasn't Tatarigami energy begun to leak out after the containment dome was destroyed? Don't tell me there's another barrier. Could it be that some of the Mikage furnace systems are still operational and have already purified some of the energy? Or perhaps the Fatui are collecting that energy. Whatever the case may be, please take this opportunity to go and find out. Watch out! It's the Fatui! Are they here? Oh, hey, guys, how you doing? I'm gonna go for this guy first.
Evil conquering! Worthless!
Or I can take them all out.
Worthless!
If Shao will permit me. And there we go, making quick work of him.
Went too far.
I just realized, I think Zhongli has my Staff of Homa. Okay, yeah, because of the way I have Hu Tao set up right now, I had to give her the death match, but normally she would have the Staff of Homa as, you know, that's her weapon. Alright, we made quick work of them. Xavier? Goodness me, they don't beat around the bush, do they? This is how the Fatui roll. Their lack of care for the delicacies of law are really... well, the further they are from me, the better. It seems like their target is Tatarigami energy, which is within the Mikage furnace. Go check up on the status of the storage devices inside the Mikage furnace, while the Fatui are distracted by all this ruckus we're making. If you encounter any Fatui, why, take them out. I have every confidence in your abilities. Alright, so now we have to get close to the Mikage furnace. Alright, I'm excited. I can finally go into this furnace. Hopefully the whole excess electro doesn't hurt me too much, because I have a feeling that it's gonna be, you know, my body's gonna be all tingly, just like how Paimon described it. So very well descriptive of Paimon to say that. Remember that? Alright, how about we start off down here? Because I want to collect some crystal marrow on the way. So yeah, I have a feeling that there will be excess electro. It's almost painfully obvious that there will be excess electro. I gotta be careful for the kill of water, not to touch that. And the only way to protect ourselves is with this. So where do I have to go? Oh, I have to go up there. Okay. No one else? Aha! I've been tricked. Oh, that's just for this. Uh-oh. No, Shao! You already go through enough suffering. I can't let you go like this. There's nothing else. Alright, so my genius brain decided to just go from the top. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to get there from the bottom, but the excess electro won't really let me think fully. Oh, hey, there's an electroculus, but I know I can get it easily. Do I get it now? Yeah, why not? I'm already here. So I can finally go ahead and get that. Sweet. So, oh, here we go again with the excess electro, and now I don't have a... Oh, there we go, yes. Protect me, please. This should be the Mikage furnace. Yes. Xavier mentioned that there's a device that contains the Tatarigami core here. That should be the one. Let's record it down and have a look at it. Oh, use a photo? I got you right here. Let's take a picture. Without me, though. Can we, hide the character, and let's take a picture. There we go. Go, 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 get it. Alright, so that's it. That's what we gotta do. Report back to Xavier. Man, I wanted to explore it a little more. Alright, I can do the exploration later. We're actually gonna die here if we stay here any longer. Shao was suffering. I gave Shao even more suffering. And that I could not deal with that. Alright, Xavier, we are back. Did you find a device? Yes, and I took a picture of it. Clear image. Give it to him. Let me take a look. Good, good. It hasn't suffered too much damage. If all other emergency systems are working normally, most of the energy circuits inside the device should have been cut off already. That I would consider great fortune even amidst our miseries. I have a few more preparations to make. And I also need to give the problems we face here at the Mikage furnace some thought. Come find me after a while. We still have a lot of work to do here. Alright, so I'm guessing that was keyword of... Wait. Hello there, my dear gallant girl. I have good news and bad news regarding the Mikage furnace. Which would you like to hear first? Well, you know me. Let's hear the bad news. The bad news is that the Fatui are still poking around inside the furnace. Yeah, I saw that. They very much seem to be searching for a way to get their grubby hands on the Tatarigami core. The good news is that the core hasn't suffered much damage, so I can take care of it myself. Obviously, the Fatui will be none the pleased to hear that. But if we let them meddle any further, the Tatarigami's power will get out of control. This entire island will be blown sky high with us still on it. However, if we focus solely on the Fatui, the Tatarigami energy built up inside the containment dome will eventually reach its limit all the same. So we need to deal with both of them at the same time? Well, put simply, academically speaking, in an objective sense, we are facing two separate problems here, the Fatui and the Tatarigami. But with how the situation is inside the Mikage furnace, whichever problem we choose to tackle, we're likely to have to face the other in the process. So, ultimately, the fact of the matter is, you mean to say yes. Yes, that's correct. We need to deal with both of them at the same time. But one step at a time. As the Leo saying goes, don't rush to eat hot tofu or you'll burn your tongue. How come you know Leo Proverbs? We've been to Leo before. I'd consider this little gem of wisdom a souvenir from the trip. I have a lot more of these souvenirs where that one came from. I must confess to having imbibed all of my souvenirs from Mondstadt, though. They were really good. Let's get back on track. I have a teensy tiny plan to fix this Mikage furnace situation. But I will need your help. You got it. What's it gonna be? Ha! Forthright and ready for a fight. That's what I like about you. Ahem. I digress. Now, hold on to these sensor beacons, if you please. I need you to place them in a number of locations for me. What these sensor beacons will do is gather data on the density and distribution of Tatarigami energy within the Mikage furnace. Once aimed with this data, I should be able to come up with a more detailed plan. Leave it to me then. I shall leave it in your hands indeed. I will mark the locations for the beacons on your map. I'll be counting on you, traveler. Alright, so now we are tasked with placing beacons in 3 locations. I'm gonna go to the place up high first, as it's easier to work my way down. As earlier, I did struggle a lot to get back up. You know, Shao is still suffering from that. Alright, so let's head up there now. Alright, so it appears that our first one is right there. Yo, so these Oni Kabuto like to hang out in these electro places. Oh, hey, these beacons. They look very similar to the ones that we placed on Dragon Spine. Cool, cool. What's all this? Just ingredients? These must be affected by the Tatarigami. Because I think there was a world quest explaining that the Tatarigami affects some of the plants as well. I think it was just knockerweed. Was it just knockerweed? Hutao, now is not the time to be sitting. Alright, there we go. Where to next? Where to next? Right down there. Let me just get that again. The other one's on the other side. But this one is right here, so I think I'm okay. I hope that Sisson... How is that Cryo Sisson Mage okay? Electro should not be... What? Nah. Nah. And I get frozen, of course, because of the Mirror Maiden. I'm not really for fighting them right now. Let me just do what I gotta do here. Thank you for understanding, Fatui. Oh, well, that's bad. That's bad. Wow, there's a couple of Mirror Maidens in here. Yo, the Fatui are not playing around. Oh, come on. Even the Samurai guys? Come on. Let me just place this here and be done with it. Hey, this is an actual furnace. That's pretty dope. Oh, there's a puzzle in here as well? Alright, let me not bother with these guys too much right now, since I'm not really focused on... Well, you know. What is that I'm getting? A Waster Greatsword? Dope. Right, let me get out of here, because these guys are... My objective was just to place the objects, really, the beacons, so I didn't really have to go and fight. If the placing the beacons was locked behind the fight, then I would do it, you know? But if I don't have to right now, then I'm not gonna do it. Have you placed those beacons? Yep. Well done. Now, all we have to do is let them collect the data. How did you know where to put them? I was part of the design team for the Mikage furnace. By placing beacons in these locations, we can gather data on almost all of the areas inside. You know, if we set up purifying devices in these locations, our troubles would be over. Overnight. That confused me a little bit, seeing over twice like that. If Mr. Velux, I'm really not sure how to pronounce this, but I think this person is also from Fontaine. Velu, something like that, I don't know. If that person, if he knew half of what happened here, he'd go completely ballistic. Alright, thanks for your help. Please take these as compensation. One other thing. I may possibly, probably, definitely need you to help me retrieve the beacons again at some point over in the next few days. I don't have a vision after all, so I can't simply stroll into somewhere with such high concentration of Tatarigami energy. So that's what it is. That's really what I've been trying to figure out, what the Tatarigami is, so it's really just the XS Electro. Got it. Or something related to that. Not to mention that those, rough and tough Fatui folks are still there. I honestly think you are the only person on this whole island capable of dealing with them and the furnace at the same time. Yeah, pretty much. Leave it to me, leave it to the great and almighty traveler to take care of this. So, I think that's it for this world quest. And the next we have to do for here is... Wait, that's not right. That's not right. Here we go. Is wait a couple of days like they said. So, alright, Mr. Xavier. I will see you in a couple of days. IRL time. Yes. Alright. Take care, Xavier. Hopefully you don't get consumed by the Tatarigami in here. Yeah, but in the meantime, I will be exploring all of this. So I think you'll be able to catch this live on Tuesday. You know, if you're seeing this, that live stream obviously had already happened. So, yeah. So, I guess we're just gonna wait for a couple of days to talk to Xavier. Xavier, good afternoon! I came back with a different party, and what is this? That wasn't there before. Anyway, a new day, and we're back at Tatara Tales. So, let's get on talking to Xavier. It'll take a while longer. Have you gathered all the necessary data? Ah, it's you! Wonderful! We haven't quite collected all the data we need yet. I believe it'll take a little more time. That said, I've taken this opportunity to think about the structure of the emergency purifier. Is this an emergency measure too? I suppose, although I would hesitate to provide this sort of aid during normal customer service. According to our previous discussions, we must deal with the two-pronged problem, the Fatui and the Tatarigami within. I trust you will be able to deal with the Fatui. My part in this, therefore, is to deal with the Tatarigami energy. The emergency purifier is a device that I have had purpose built in for that. Wait, I have had purpose built for that task. However, I'm going to need your help to complete it. And here I thought you'd have a more official name. Why, that is its official name, the Emergency Purifier. Unless, are you speaking of its official product number, date of manufacture? Well, since this is a purely emergency device, we don't need such things. We will need some special materials to ensure this device functions smoothly within the Mikage furnace. Crystal marrow, which contains an inert form of Tatarigami energy, is an ideal candidate for this task. I have a lot of those, I hope. In truth, the secret of the famed jade steel is that a special method is used to add this very material during the forging process to increase the strength of the metal. Of course, the special method in question is a trade secret. You do know what trade and secret means, right? That's just a short callback for, you know, when we first started in Inazuma. If memory serves, this crystalline ore can be found nearby. Please help me obtain 3 chunks. I've got it. Well then, you have my thanks. Remember, it's 3 chunks of crystal marrow. Bring them back once you've got them. I have like 30 of them, I hope. Do you have those 3 crystal marrow chunks for me? I have 57. Now I have, what, 54? Yeah, now I have 54 of them. Thank you, truly. These shall form the basic structure of our device. Now, all we need to do is wait for our beacons to collect enough data. Once we have that data on hand, I will make a few tweaks to this device accordingly. Once all is ready, let us put a decisive end to this incident. Right, what else do we gotta do? Oh, no way, really? Oh, wow, that is crazy. So basically 2 days. I had to wait a whole day just to give him 3 crystal marrow. Man, this... I mean, hey, I'll hand it to you. This quest really is one of the longest ones, okay? I'll hand it to you with that one, okay? That's not a problem. Not a problem. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this part of the video. This is the Tatara Tales, and since it is gated by days, I'm actually gonna divide it by parts because I'm not sure which parts are gonna be really long or which parts are gonna be really short. This second day recording was actually very short and I really had to do nothing, so I'm kind of, you know, wondering, but I'm gonna save it for next time. Basically, you know, the next 2 days is gonna be another video, or maybe even 3 days. So it's gonna take a bit. I'm not sure when you're seeing this right now, but hopefully you're seeing it soon. Hopefully I get to put it out there as soon as possible. But yeah, part 1 is done of Tatara Tales. Part 2 is gonna include day 3 and 4, hopefully, of the whole quest, and hopefully we get some more done, some more action. I even brought my main traveler team slash DPS team for some action, but we got no action. But you know what? It's fine. It's totally fine. So yeah, again, there was some confusion. At the beginning I did say all of Tatara Tales were gonna be in this video, but let's scrap that. Let's scrap that. This is part 1. Part 2 will include day 3 and day 4, so I hope you look forward to that when I do get around to doing that. And yeah, remember guys, if you enjoyed this video, like the video. If you're new here, subscribe, and also hit the bell for notifications. That way you'll know when I do upload. Unfortunately, I didn't do a reaction for the Yoimiya character demo, or even Sayu's character demo, which I'm shocked, you know? I'm shocked that I didn't do that. I still haven't even seen it. I just haven't done a reaction to that, so... I mean, by the time this video comes out, if you still want to see a reaction to those videos, let me know. I still haven't seen it, but, you know, it is what it is for now. Again, guys, it is BlackwingKei. I'm signing out. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome, and I'll catch you in the next video, which is most likely going to be Tatara Tales Part 2. I'm not sure yet. Alright? Bye, guys!